Okay. Welcome to another Meet the Team with leftBrain Performance. Today I'm with Mr. Jason O'Brien, VP of Sales at leftBrain Performance. Jason brings nearly 2 decades of business development and marketing experience in sports media, entertainment, and not-for-profit industries. A serial entrepreneur and global networker, Jason has collaborated with many of the world's premier player agencies, athletes, and celebrity brands. And currently he is working as a professor in sports finance at Sacred Heart University's Jack Welch College of Business and Technology. And his knowledge and expertise is a huge part of the leftBrain Performance team. Jason, thanks for doing this. How you doing?
I am great. Very happy to be here with you, Brad, and hope all is well with you.
Did I make any mistakes with your intro or pronounce anything wrong?
Awfully long. I'm pretty excited about me now when you pull that rap sheet out.
It's yeah, it's fun to kind of get to know everyone on the team and everything that they've been up to, because we were just talking before, we do have a very diverse background with this team and with this group, and there's a lot of different experiences that everybody brings to the table. Tell us how you got involved with leftBrain and what your connection is with this company.
Yeah, John Kawaja, actually. I've worked with John on a number of different projects across a number of years. And yeah, we were talking one day, and John was discussing the concept of leftBrain and the objectives, the direction it was going. And I was immediately excited, very, very keen on it. At the time, I was coaching high-level elite rugby program in the Northeast United States. A number of the athletes that I was working with have gone on to play Division I rugby in the U.S. at the NCAA level, and so it was really, really intriguing to be able to jump in both feet first as the product and the company were evolving.
And you say you were immediately intrigued. So, and that's one of the interesting things. What are the things that immediately intrigued you about leftBrain?
As a I say former athlete, but now a coach, the merits of leftBrain, the ability to identify certain areas of an athlete's performance based on their grit, as we call it, is a huge attribute for any coach to be able to unlock that early on in a relationship, identifying an athlete that you're looking to recruit, or athletes that you've already got on your team or involved in your club. We're blessed with technology that's given us so much ability to look at the physical attributes of athletes. But until leftBrain's come along, nobody's really been able to crack the code at the behavioral science side of things. And one of the things that it really intrigued me is this is based on science, and having had a chance to interact and meet with the various scientists, the PhDs that have been involved in from the infancy of this product, it's been a fascinating endeavor. And so again, being able to use this now as a tool with my current athletes is huge.
Absolutely. There's so much that you just said, like talking about those intangibles and how there hasn't been anything that can measure what this assessment can measure. And the grit ABC, the attitude, the behavior, the character, having a test that can measure those skills is, for me, really intriguing, and those are kind of the differentiators that makes this so interesting for me. So yeah, absolutely agree with everything you're saying. This is a very obviously new project. Everything is evolving, and many different use cases from the sport recruiter side and even the athlete side, and giving and using this as a tool, another tool that can help recruiters and coaches and athletes. Where do you see, with your crystal ball, where do you see leftBrain evolving in the years to come?
Well, I think in the most immediate use case for this would be certainly at the recruiting side of things. As coaches, we spend hours, weeks, months, even years trying to really understand the complete athlete. And there's so many variables that come to shaping athletes. And whether you're working with high school aged kids that are coming into a program, or in our discussions with at the professional level, be it NHL, NBA, those other high level pro leagues where you've got seasoned athletes who have had a lot of the psychological training, and they've worked with various sports psychologists and scientists. They're still coaches are still trying to kind of peel back various layers and get more to that understanding level. So, with what we've got here from a coach or recruiter's perspective, you've got a bounty of information and insight into who you're working with, into who you're contemplating signing a long-term relationship with. A few interviews, and quite often the traditional way of doing it, the interviews that you're doing with that athlete in order to make a decision, they might have parents or other influencers nearby, or even in the room in the conversation. And there are a lot of different ways that people can, I don't want to say misrepresent, but they're trying to put forth a certain image to that coach or the recruiter. This is a way to really kind of peel that back and dig deeper inside for a lot more accurate perspective of who you're looking to bring into your squad.
Absolutely, and agreed. It is definitely a tool that can reveal more about the athlete, and it's also, from the athlete's perspective, and even from the team and the coaching perspective, this is very much a snapshot in time. So things can definitely evolve and change, and definitely insight that can help along the way. So yeah, so many interesting things, so many good things and big things to look forward to. Is there any kind of final thoughts, or any kind of anything that you want to add that maybe I've missed?
I think the reality is the athlete of today has changed, and their social norms, how they interact, how they brand themselves, if you will. It's so much of it is based on digital media, social media, and that kind of content. So the meaningful relationships that they have, their ability to form new relationships quickly, it's, for a lot of young athletes, it's a challenge because they've just grown up differently. So, for the three principal user groups I see for this, obviously young athletes taking this assessment and then looking at how and where they want to grow based off of the results of the assessment, certainly coaches and recruiters, but we're also seeing a lot of parents have a really keen interest in this. Kids, they grow up, and whether they leave early, the bulk of our team are Canadians, so hockey is the litmus test where these kids are leaving home as teenagers, and so parents wanting an understanding of how their child is doing mentally, emotionally, behaviorally. So being able to look at these assessments, I think it can certainly help parents and that whole dynamic as well.
Great point. And yeah, great point. There is a lot, you know, to be added from the parents as well, and players, recruiters, and all the way through. So appreciate your time. I'm just going to add, for anyone watching this that wants to get in touch with Jason, it's jason@leftbrainperformance.com. And for more information on Left Brain Performance and the GritABC Assessment, visit leftbrainperformance.com. Jason, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Brad.